Really, world is changing. Minds of citizens present in Europe and in developed countries clearly changing, and they are deciding their rulers, their governments, their prime ministers on immigration. First time which I have observing I may be wrong, but my analysis is that first time in the history elections in these countries are absolutely based on immigration. You just see the recent election of United States. Donald Trump is not talking about health, is not talking about education, is not talking about social security funds, is not talking about jobs. He is not, even he is little bit going on extremes sometime even with the media as well. But most of the people were not even liking his special emotions, but what he took stand regarding illegal immigration, opposition party was not able to take that stand. He told that I will deport, and US citizens made him as president. So elections of the United States were 100% based upon immigration, mean that the person who will handle the immigration cases will become the president, will become the prime minister. This is the world which is changing. Currently, Justin resigned due to immigration. Corney come due to immigration. He is putting caps on students, and he himself gave just days back one interview, and you just see in my this channel what I told. Two-thirds of the students, it's not normal numbers. Two-thirds mean out of 3 students, 2 students were blocked by Canada, refused by Canada. Only 1 student, mean that out of 100 only 33 students are able to study. So cap on students, cap on work visas, and he became prime minister. So what's going on in the world? Anti-migrants protest. This is another wave started from the US going to Australia, sometime in Ireland, sometime in UK, and now in Holland. What is going on? The anti-migrants protest. But these protesters are talking about elections. This is anti-migrant protest took place in UK just days back, in Ireland, in Australia, even in Canada, even in US. Almost protests are a continuous process. But if you just see the minds of the citizens of the Europe, you will get story. Very simple. They are very furious. First of all, their minds become convinced, that they don't think immigrants are escalating their economy, which is wrong. I proved through my channel, but their minds are educated, and educated by social media, educated by right-handers, educated by the parties, because they just want to win elections. But I think point will come when political parties will think about economy, or they will think about their winning position. It's very simple. When any person in these countries talk about deportation, I am not talking about illegal migration. They are talking about legal migrants. They are talking about migrants are not good. All protests, if you observe from Ireland to Australia, they are talking about, Australia were talking about legal Indian protests, legal Indian migrants. They want deportation of legal migrants. Illegal migrants, everybody agree. Nobody want to keep illegal migration. Nobody want there must be violation of immigration laws. But it's quite fortunate that illegal migration is being almost disliked by even immigration laws this year, which is a very good step. But problem is one, that the protesters are talking about migrants and they are furious, they are violent in all countries. Whenever these protesters came out, except UK, except Australia, even Ireland people were furious, they were angry. And these protesters, if you just see the clips of Amsterdam, Dutch, Holland, recent protest, a little bit furious. The police is capturing anti-migrant protesters, and what they are saying elections must be based upon immigration, and they are doing before elections. They are educating their community, they are educating their people that you must vote right-handers. Still examples from Portugal, when one party came and changed laws of nationality almost from 5 years to 10 years and planned to reduce migrants as low as possible. So wave of anti-migrant is blowing through Europe also these days. So I will believe now that people who are citizens, primary citizens, they are not the migrants, they are primary citizens, basic citizens, they are developing a stance that migrants are eating their resources. Migrants are using their facilities of health and they are actually not getting those facilities. They are thinking they are eating our social security funds. They are thinking they are using our resources. But this is the education, and education mostly done by social media. Now only education on one side to the minds of the primary citizens, I think is not good for world immigration. Because if you just analyze practically, these are the migrants who are making these countries develop. I am not, when I favor immigrants, I never talk about illegal migrant, I never talk about fake documented or undocumented migrants. I talking about legal, genuine, useful, professional, educated, academic, skilled migrants. World did not know, but I am telling Australian, one CEO, female, told to Australian migration that you are cutting my construction workers from overseas, and she responded to the immigration department that I will not be able to achieve the target of housing sector which is given by government to that company. And you know the what level of crisis that is now currently throughout the world. Immigration is declining and they are blaming migrants, and migrants are using houses. To some extent that's good, but population is also increasing and planning is also little bit lacking in some countries, because countries plan 10 years before their population burst. But all blames are being applied to immigrants. Of course immigration levels will decrease in the world. Of course, skilled people will not be able to move much in a easier way. It's true, and this will be a better only option. Illegal immigration might finish through in the world. This is good only point. But if you just see other points, stopping useful migrants, stopping skilled migrants, and this violent nature, furious nature of the minds of the host citizens, not creating well economic situation for the developed countries. I think tanks must think about education, convincing and a true picture to the minds of their citizens. In spite of winning elections, they may win elections by misguiding, but these elections will take place after 3 years, after 2 years. But when financial status will be down, then neutral people of the country will stand and they will guide that election must be won, no doubt about this, on health, education, there are the job providing, and it's normally, if you see the world elections past scenario, the political parties take stance of the food, of the grocery, of vehicles, of the taxes, tax cut, and jobs providence, their housing facilities, but believing only against migrants and winning the election. Those parties will do what? Both stakeholders will suffer, because the protesters are anti-migrant people who are talking that took action against migrants, they will not get their health facility, because parties say we won the election only on immigration and you told deportation and we are deporting legal migrants. And this way the useful people, if they will start moving off, of course they will also financially suffer, migrants will be in trouble, but host countries will also suffer, because some of them, not major part of the Chinese, major part of the European countries, major part of Asian countries, major part of African countries are providing, and even they are running their businesses in developed countries, and they are very successful, and they are providing jobs to local people, and they are raising economic situation, and it will reduce the financial status of the world if these protests will continue. If they are against illegal, they are very good, but not looking against illegal. They are using the word immigrants, and they are telling whatever the immigrants, they are legal, useful, useless, quit from them. This is going to become little a bit alarming. Thank you very much for analysis, listening, and keep watching for updated migration news, counseling, processing, and my emails are written in the description box.